This is a podcast about both having autism and living with someone who has autism. My mom is Sonya, and I'm Josh, and this is Josh Has Autism.
Hey everybody, welcome to Josh Has Autism.
Hello.
Josh, it's your birthday tomorrow. It's your birthday. It's your birthday.
Yeah, and it kind of snuck up on me this week.
It did? Did you forget?
No, I didn't. I didn't forget. I thought today was like Tuesday or Wednesday.
Oh yeah, because you just asked me, is today Wednesday? I'm like, no. We were actually late for the podcast because for a number of reasons. So today's Friday. It was supposed to go up yesterday.
Okay.
I do apologize, everybody, that look for it to come out on Thursdays. We are late for a number of reasons. You guys hear me talk all the time about animals, and in particular Einstein. I just adore my little Einstein, and
he's not doing too well.
He's not doing well at all. He went to the vet. He's got some I don't know, things like a UTI, which they give antibiotics for, and then they can help out. But there's more than that going on with the little dude.
Yeah.
He's just not okay. He's
miserable.
He is. So his quality of life is really, really low, and I'm doing what I can to help him to feel better. But it's been a struggle. The other thing is, this week RJ moved out, and this week has been you and I have spent a lot of time loading up a couple of trucks on his behalf. And getting his stuff out of storage and loading it up. And you, by the way, I'll just have to say, you are a brute. Like, I don't know, at one point we had to go into this door the place that he lives. You go into this door, and then immediately to the left is another door.
To actually enter his place,
So there's a door to enter the complex that has 4 apartments inside, and his door is immediately to the left as you enter the main door. Well, it's also a small space there, because then there's stairs that go straight up. Well, you figured out a way to put this double reclining couch that's
with an armrest in the middle.
An armrest in the middle. There's a beast that's heavy. It's just... And
it doesn't come apart. It's all... Yeah.
And you figured out how to get that thing in there.
Yeah.
And for a minute, it was funny, because you know that Friends... there was a Friends episode that... I don't think you don't watch Friends. You didn't watch Friends, I don't think.
I did.
Sometimes?
Yeah.
But there's an episode when one of the characters, Ross, they were moving a couch up the stairs, and he would say, pivot.
I remember that, actually. So
we were joking about that. You were probably so focused, but we were, kind of cutting up while it was happening. I was kind of going, pivot. Anyway, it was fun. But, just by sheer muscle, you were able to, and brain,
because I didn't break anything.
Right. You or the couch.
Right.
Or a door, so good for you. Yeah. At any rate, it's just been so overwhelming, and Nana has been very sick again. And so it's been so many things that seem to take so much time that, it gets dark, and I'm like, well, I haven't even done the stuff I need to do. It's just like it goes by so fast.
Yeah.
But tomorrow's your birthday.
Yeah.
And you want something called Death by Chocolate.
Yeah.
And for those of you that don't know what Death by Chocolate is, I'm pretty sure it could kill you, because it's pretty sweet, right?
Yeah.
So you make layers. So the layers are brownies. So you bake the brownies first, then when they cool off, you crumble them and make a layer. And then you put chocolate pudding on as a layer. Then you put Cool Whip as a layer, and then you put whatever kind of chocolate candy is your favorite.
Yeah.
You put it if you put it in the freezer.
Then while it's still in the wrappers or whatever, like get the big bag of the minis.
Yeah.
Put them in the freezer. Take them out individually and hammer them so that they're shattered. They shatter.
Yep, and then you just dump them all over the Cool Whip. So there's a layer of whatever candy. Your candy that you chose is Twix.
Yes.
Because that's your favorite.
Yeah.
So then you do that and you do the layer again.
Yeah.
So you have to get it deep.
You just
as many
keep
layers
layering.
as you can.
Yeah.
As many layers as you can.
Yeah.
So, so that's what you want instead of a cake.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. It'll happen.
Cool.
Yeah, it'll happen. And so I cannot believe it. You're going to be 33.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you like that number?
33?
Yeah.
I guess.
You guess? I'm just wondering because you're very particular about certain things.
Right,
I was wondering if that number, because you like symmetrical.
Right. I get you. I like 32 better.
How come?
The number better.
Why? The way it looks?
I don't know, actually. It's kind of like a feeling.
Oh.
I don't know if it's OCD or what, but I don't know. It's weird because it can be 32 can be divided in multiple different numbers.
Mm-hmm.
33 is 3 and 11.
Mm-hmm.
And 33 and 1, but
right.
that's it.
And that's it?
That's it.
So it's so 33 feels limiting to you already?
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh no. All right. I just thought the looks of it is something you would like.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
the 3 and the 3 and just looks right.
Okay.
But, who knows? Yeah. All right, cool. So tomorrow's your birthday. We're going to have a little get-together. Everybody comes over for dinner in the family.
Mm-hmm.
And you want tortellini with pesto.
Yeah.
And so we'll do that too.
Yeah, I find it funny the way you just said that, though.
What?
So we're going to have the get-together with the family.
Well, there is some pent up hostility that I didn't mean to share.
Oh my gosh.
That's funny. I didn't even know I said it that way. That's hysterical. Yeah. Well, there are quite a few of us, and
in the family. Oh my gosh.
Oh man. So yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
Yeah.
The other thing that I wanted to talk to you about today is we'll get to something pretty cool in just a second.
Mm-hmm.
But there's two things that I want to ask you about.
Mm-hmm.
So you got this job,
Mm-hmm.
and it starts on the 27th.
Yes.
And you're excited about that, right?
Yeah.
There have been a couple of things, two things, that I have asked you about. Two things that I've asked you to do, to take care of. That I've asked you, what do you think about this? How are you going to take care of this? Are you going to,
Mm-hmm.
do you need help figuring this out or what? Those two things are, one, I'd asked you to find out if there's a dress code at the job, at your new job.
Right.
Because that's important to know.
Right.
They might not want you to show up. And today, right now, you're wearing a really cool shirt that says Joshua Tree.
Mm-hmm.
It's the National Park Foundation.
Yep.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
On other days, you're wearing those, Star Wars characters walking across the crosswalk like the Beatles.
Yes.
Another one says "Nope, not today," and it's Snoopy.
Yeah.
I mean, the one that you're wearing today will be just fine, but I don't know if they want
Right.
you to wear something with, funny things
Iconic
on
characters and stuff. Yeah. They'd probably want it to be, what was it called? Semi-casual or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have not found out, but with that said, that's part of what the first day is all about, is telling me all these different things.
So you're not going to be trained on that first day?
That's what that is training. It is part of that first day, is not at the library that I'm going to be working at. It's going to be at the main office to not only have me fill out the paperwork,
Mm-hmm.
but also to train me in what I'm supposed to do.
Mm-hmm. And so, when I've asked you a few times now about the dress code,
Mm-hmm.
what's happening when I'm asking you about that? If you know the answer, one, why didn't you give me the answer? Or two, why didn't you do anything about it? Because I don't mean that in like an accusatory way.
No,
What
I
I
get
mean
it.
is, what are you thinking about? Here's why. If I'm starting a new job,
Mm-hmm.
which,
This week has been crazy.
yes,
It really has been.
Mm-hmm.
So my mind has not been focused on that.
Okay.
So every time that you bring it up,
Mm-hmm.
it's like in one ear out the other because there's so many things going on.
Okay.
So it's not that I'm trying to keep information from you or anything. It's just
I don't care. I don't care really if you don't care. I just thought, that it would be helpful.
Yeah.
When I'm thinking about you, I think that the more information you have, the better you feel.
Right.
The calmer you are.
Mm-hmm.
The better experience you have going into any situation.
Right.
So that's why I was wondering about that. If they had a, hold on, I gotta move Einstein.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. If they have a dress code,
Mm-hmm.
then you would be able to know. We would have time to go shopping.
Mm-hmm.
You would have time to be able to make sure that you have what it is that they're.
Right.
For example, if they wanted you to wear khakis, I don't even think you have khakis right now.
I do. I have like one pair, but. Whoa. Einstein, you okay? Whoa.
Yeah. He's been doing that a lot.
Mm.
So, all right. So my question about that is, does it not occur to you to find out that type of information beforehand?
Sometimes it does. There's just, like I said, there's been so much stuff going on that once it comes up,
Mm-hmm.
I'm usually already in a different mindset for different things.
Okay.
And so it doesn't stick.
Okay.
It doesn't stick for me to think to ask them about it.
Okay. Okay. Second thing is, how are you going to get to work?
Right now I'm waiting on the glass people, aren't I? Or did they already come?
Well, I don't know if this happened. No, this happened since we did the last podcast. You were edging and then
Yeah, I was edging the grass and a rock or something like that flew up and it busted my passenger side rear window.
Yes, and all I could hear was your logic behind that incident saying, see, no good comes from my physical labor. Because me getting you out there is like pulling teeth sometimes. It's like, oh, come on, I need your help, I need your help, I need your help.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, it's just a struggle. So you finally make it out there to do that.
Mm-hmm. Without complaint.
Without complaint. And
once.
Then a rock breaks the window.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my question is along the same lines of it's the other question that I had for you that I'd asked a number of times. When I ask you about how are you going to get to work,
Mm-hmm.
the window to answer the question, they were going to come today, but it's raining.
Oh, okay.
So they're going to come Monday.
Okay.
All right.
As soon as that's taken care of, I can bring it where, not me personally, but I can have someone come get it, I guess, to where it needs to go. I don't know.
So what we're talking about is your car won't start.
Right. And we think it's either the alternator or the starter.
Yeah. I think it's either one of those.
Mm.
Because we already replaced the battery.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
And whenever you put the key in, everything lights up. It just doesn't start.
Mm-hmm. So my question is that, or are you aware that sometimes you have to make appointments for those things?
No.
There have been a number of times where I've said to you that
I need to call them?
yes,
Yeah.
or if you need help to let us know.
Okay, I had no idea that I needed to make an appointment for that. Like, that there's a difference between saying, hey, you need to call somebody about this, and saying, hey, you need to call them so that they have an appointment to make time for you.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that. I guess logically I should have realized that, but I didn't.
But does it enter your mind that something needs to be done with the car, or is it like that what we just talked about, like just making a phone call to see if there's a certain dress code? It doesn't occur to you.
This one is a little bit of both, in that I'm waiting for one thing to happen, in this case the window to get fixed, before I can do that. And because it was the way that it was explained to me, not necessarily explained to me, but just the way that I understood it. That's how it is. The way that I understood it was that first the window has to get fixed, then I can make the appointment.
Well, except for that the car has been sitting there for a month. Because RJ has been here for a month. And it came from his house here and then didn't start again. So
It went to D&D last, and I barely got it started and got it back. So, if it's been a month, wow.
So my point is, so we kind of got a little bit off of what I'm trying to ask you. Is that how is it that you can stay on top of what it is that you need to do when it's big like that, and when it's out of the ordinary? And is there a way that you can stay on top of it? Because we've already talked before. If it's something that's out of the ordinary, it's really hard for you to remember.
Mm-hmm.
Unless it's something that you really want to do.
Right. Because that sticks with me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, this vehicle has been sitting there, and your dad and I both have mentioned, I should say me mostly, has said to you a number of times, the car has to be taken in because it has to get fixed before you start work.
Yes.
And even before the rock happened, which was just, a few days ago, even before that, does it just not click? I'll put it a different way. You have a job that you've said is your dream job. You're looking forward to doing this. It's what you want to do. It's where you want to do it, and you're excited about it.
Yeah.
Logically, I would think that you know that your car's not running.
Yeah.
So you're going to need to get your car running before you can go to work.
Yeah.
Or else you have to take a bus. So, how, as things move forward in your life and these kinds of things come up, how will you be able to best stay on top of it?
I don't have an answer for you.
Okay. It just doesn't occur to you? Well, you just got done saying that there's a couple of things. There's been so much going on that you didn't think about it. And the other thing is that since the rock busted the window, it makes sense. Logically, you're saying, well, let me get the window fixed first, and then I'll take the car in. And then just leave it there. It's not a problem. That makes sense to me. Because it has just this, covering over the window right now.
Right.
Probably safer here than in a parking lot somewhere.
Right.
So I get that. Do you think that once that window is fixed, that that's something that you're going to follow up on? Or do you need help remembering to follow up on that?
I might need help remembering to follow up on it. But at the same time, I know I can do it. It's just a matter of remembering to do it.
Isn't that the thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, we never know what's going to click and what doesn't, right?
Yeah.
Like, look, there's things like, if something doesn't click with me, it consistently doesn't click.
Right.
So, yes. So with you, though, all of a sudden you'll have this clarity, this awareness, and you can do something that typically you don't.
Right.
But so there doesn't really seem to be a clear answer with this other than...
We'll see.
Okay. All right. I got it. So that took much longer than I thought it would, talking about that car. It's frustrating. I love that car. You love that car.
Mm-hmm.
And it's awesome. It was Chrissy's car.
Yeah.
So that's...
Dr. Ogilvy's.
Mm-hmm, Dr.
Yeah.
Ogilvy's. So it's very cool.
We call her Chrissy because we know her real well. But
Yes.
but I know on the podcast we've called her as Dr. Chrissy.
Dr. Ogilvy.
Or
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so before we move on,
Mm-hmm.
do you want me to remind you on Monday to make an appointment for the car, or do you want me to hold back and give you time to remember that on your own?
Aim for Tuesday if I don't do it before then.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
You know what? I don't know if you know this or not. You can call someplace and make an appointment before the windshield is done, or the window is done. Like, you could call them today and make the appointment for Tuesday if they have an opening.
Oh.
Yeah. You don't have to wait like this. The thing doesn't have to happen before you schedule the next thing to be done.
Oh.
Yeah. You can make the appointment.
My head's just not wrapping around it right now.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Should I put that in a different way?
No.
Or you just want to move on?
I just want to move on because it's...
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
It's a different day I might be able to understand it. Right now, no.
Okay. So with work, something that really cool has happened. A while back, we were looking for somebody to help you with life skills.
Mm-hmm.
And here in Virginia, there's this, it's called DARS. It's called Department for Aging and Rehabilitative Services.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, it's vocational rehab counseling. So anyway, they had set you up with somebody that they arranged, technically the term was Community Support Services Counselor. That basically means that they help you in the community to succeed.
Okay.
And what she also does is she's working kind of as going to be your job coach.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. So we had a conversation with her the other day, and that went really well.
Yeah.
And so she's going to be there with you for the first 2 weeks of your job. And just what I thought was pretty cool is the stuff she's going to do is to kind of help to fill in the spaces that maybe, because we've talked many times before how if you don't see something, you don't see it.
Right.
And I kind of came away with that conversation with her. She's going to try to help you to see those things and how you can do things
Right.
that make you a valuable employee and make you feel comfortable at the same time.
Yeah.
Is that what you got out of it?
Yeah. More or less.
And it's interesting because she's gonna, ideally, her job is to help you to be successful. And yet you're not really crazy about the idea, right?
Right.
And why is that?
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay, I got it.
Uh,
I got it. Everybody, you know what? The name of this podcast is Josh Has Autism. and and I have to tell you what, Josh, my thought process is not really organized and together today, and some of the things that I'm saying to you I feel like are not very clear, not helping you to really see the big picture and the small picture of what it is that I'm trying to talk to you about. And also, you're just done.
Yeah. It's oh my gosh. I'm trying to think things through and
Yeah.
everything, but my mind is done.
Okay. Okay. Hey, I get it. I know. It's called Josh Has Autism.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get it, honey. Okay, let's just be done.
Okay.
Right. Everybody, thank you so much for hanging out with us today. We really appreciate it. And hope that you're doing great today. Hope you're having a happy day. Hope you're healthy and safe. And have a great weekend. Love you.
Bye.